Hey, hey, hey. Hey now, hey Booba Stars. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody back to a new episode. Happy Tuesday. Let's do it. And y'all scoot up in here. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Listen. Hit the like button. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, I'm gonna let the beat build and I'll be back in just a minute. I said I'll be back in just a minute. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up, get comfortable. Happy Tuesday. What's today? I believe today is the 20th, child, but don't quote me, okay? Period. Do not quote me, cause uh, Just a bunch of mumbo jumbo these days. Hey, yeah. But let me tell you. Uh, yes, happy Tuesday, January the 20th, 2026. Oh my God, we didn't just rolled up. I said we just didn't roll up on a new year. Yeah, so shout out to that. Let me maybe not. Maybe not, y'all. But anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope y'all are all in a great mood. I hope y'all are all in an amazing mood, okay? Because, oh, child, truth is, that's just my heart, you know? It's just my heart. I be wishing well, okay? For my pooper stars, you know? But I know that every day it's not the same. Yeah, it's just not gonna be the same, baby. So, with that being said, if yesterday wasn't good, I hope today is okay. And then if yesterday was a good day, and today ain't, then let's focus. Let's get ready for tomorrow. Okay. Shout out to that. But truth is, my number one care. Well, I won't say that, but one of my top uh cares in the world, okay, that my pooper stars are doing well, good is fine, good is great. But sometimes people call me or, text me, checking on me. I just want to say, well, I'm well. Well is good, you know. Well is good. I ain't mad at well. You know. So yeah. Clock it. I hope we all doing good and I hope we all doing well. Okay? Yeah. Period. Because we all know as long as it's in the Lord's will, right? There's always tomorrow. Okay? There's going to always be a tomorrow. So, yes, y'all know that's how I live my life anyway. So shout out to that. That yesterday, oh my God, yesterday wasn't the best day for me, but it wasn't the worst. Child, so shout out to that. But yeah, I definitely, especially be hoping y'all be in a good mood, cause child, I don't be having time to run into nobody trying to troll, you know. Like I love a good, I don't know, I can't explain it. I don't mind being trolled, but like do me right. You know what I'm saying? Do something good, Miss Person Girl. Make me laugh or something. Shit. Truth is. But anyway, it's your girl Shay Renee, everybody, and I want to welcome y'all back to my channel. Period. It's a new show. We done slid up on a new week. Yeah. So shout out to that. I'm coming around the mountain. I'm in an amazing mood. So shout out to that. Way better than yesterday. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Period. And so like, yeah, I'm ready to do my thing, everybody. Shout out to everybody who is here. Shout out to everybody who has already left. Shout out to the ones who coming through. Yeah. If you up doing something productive, shout out to you. Shout out to that. You know, okay, listen. So this morning I'm scrolling and I'm rolling on Instagram, right? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick walk through, you know what I'm saying? Show my face or whatnot. And so, I ran up on this post. Okay, I ran and hey, just for the record, I had no intentions on talking to y'all about this post. But like, I don't know, something as I'm sitting here preparing for my day said address it, which is crazy because I don't even know what the heck I'm gonna say. But let me just say this. So it was a woman posted on the blogs. She got posted on the blogs, right? And child, I saw that it said that the wife makes more than the husband after getting burned out on after getting burnt out or something like that, right? So basically, long story short, what the lady did was, I guess, let me assume, I assume that she got tired of her job or something like that. Either her job or home life, her personal duties at home or something like that, child. And so she ended up going to OnlyFans. And then they said on OnlyFans, she doesn't do anything raunchy, okay? Yeah, Miss Pressica, no raunchy content, okay? Just, she said she just be giving advice to guys over there. And she said she gets paid really well. So anyway, shout out to her and shout out to that, Miss Perfect Girl. But this is what I want to say about it. Burnout is real. You know, I don't know who needs to hear that, but it is. You know, and that's why I recommend doing things that you love. You know, it just is what it is. If you love it, or it makes you happy, I recommend doing that. You know, like, even if you can't do it for money. Even if you can't do it for money right away, you know, I still recommend doing things that make you happy. You know, things that are in alignment with who you are as a person, right? And I feel like that's how you find your happy. You know, that's a part of your happy. So I recommend it. I recommend folks doing what they love, you know, every day. Like I said, it doesn't have to be for work. You know? Or it could be for work. But, you know, God set that on my spirit for me to share that with my audience. Um, that's what I took from the whole story. You know, I ain't take no OnlyFans, no how much she making, no nothing. All I got from the story is job burnout is real. You know, it is what it is. Burnout is real. You can really get tired. Um, Charlie, don't I know it? Yeah. So that's why I went ahead and, you know, went on to, you know, my recommendation. Um, you know, because I do a lot of things that I get tired of doing, honestly. You know what I'm saying? On a daily. It's crazy to be on a daily. And so, like, with that being said, I also um balance it with things that I love, you know, things that I like, things that I enjoy, things that make me happy. Okay? So I recommend it. I don't know who needs to hear this, but be intentional. Be very intentional with your thoughts this year. Your thoughts, your actions. Um, you know, what you communicate, all of it. Be intentional, Pooper Star. It's 2026. And I don't know about y'all, but you know, um, You know, I definitely live my life with uh, doing things that I intend to do. Now, not, 100%, but for the most part. For the most part. So shout out to that. 2026. Lord, it's been a year so far. Um, 2026 has been entertaining, okay, to say the least. It has, you know, and 2025 was such a good entertaining year. With the Cat Williams or whatnot, whatnot. Child, you know what? Honestly, I think in my hearts of all hearts, I just feel like, uh, how can I put it? I just feel like 2026 is gonna, you know, outdo it, if that makes sense. As far as entertainment goes, oh yeah, let's talk about it, Miss Pressure Girl, because things are crazy, for real. If I mean, if you really, really, really just pay attention to everything going on right now, y'all, things are crazy. They are, and like I can't explain it, but it's like, to me, like I said, it's like a continuation of last year, but kind of like way more entertaining, if that makes sense, because um, child, last year you had a lot going on, but like for instance, oh shoot, dang, hold on, y'all, give me 1 second. Oh God, tell me why tell me why I had forgot. I told this lady I was gonna buy some tamales, child. I had forgot. Oh Lord, I be doing too much. Yeah, truth is, some mornings I just be doing too damn much. I done came in the house, forgot the lady was outside, child, and now she gone. But hopefully she'll come back and I see her. In just a bit, child. That was a mess. A lovely mess. But anyway, y'all, when I tell y'all, it is so much going on. It is. A child, truth is, let's talk about it. So, I ran across somebody. I know, yeah, I know. This is funny though. Uh, so I ran across a trans woman. I know, for real. This is crazy. Like, listen, this is my thing. Y'all, okay, like, it's so weird when you see a trans woman calling themselves a trans woman, but they look like saucy. Look like saucy sometimes. It's like, are you okay? Okay, let's press a girl. Like, I'm, you see. So I had ran across this trans woman's page, and her name, I think her name is Dominique or something like that. Child, when I say this lady let Shannon Sharp have it, okay? It was so funny. And so that's what I mean when I say a continuation of last year. Yeah, folks still are not done with Shannon Sharp, child. And so basically, she was getting on Shannon Sharp, bro, behind that interview that Shannon Sharp just did. Well, no, actually, I take that back. She made a comment on the interview that Shannon Sharp just did with that man. Y'all saw where he was basically calling his 10-year-old a gold digger or something like that. I thought that was so stupid. I did. You know, but I will say this. The guy who did it, the guy who said it, he's into entertainment. He's in the entertainment industry, and he's allegedly a comedian. That's what enough said. To me, in other words, he knew how to ruffle people's feathers. But I can't believe he said that about his child. You know what I'm saying? He basically said that, like, his little girl don't be wanting nothing to do with him unless it got some money involved or something like that. Man, listen. I'm going to tell you like this. I do feel like children have learned behavior, okay? It is what it is. I do. In my hearts of my hearts, I feel like children have learned behavior, you know? It just is what it is. But at the same time, I also feel like, you know, maybe, just maybe, sir, you know, you know, didn't establish the relationship with her, you know, that you should, because you know, she should be, you know, she should be willing to come around you, okay, without you having to buy her stuff and all of that. So, you know, that's that. But like, oh Lord, the way everybody throws this gold digging the word around so loosely. But anyway, so the trans woman was saying that she made a comment about that, and Shannon Sharp made a comment that she didn't like. So basically, she went in on Shannon Sharp after that, and I was like, oh Lord, this year gonna be good. Yeah, this year gonna be good as heck. And then what else? It's another one. Okay, and then it's another guy. So, do y'all recall that one man? Man, it's a lot. So all I know about him is something about he had something about him and Young Dolph. Y'all know, I think his last name is Hernandez. But don't quote me, I'm not sure. But like, yeah, he getting into it with Lil Woody right now. You know, Lil Woody getting into it with Finesse. Child. Speaking of which, Finesse need to chill. Yeah, Finesse, go chill, man. Chill out. Yeah, chill out. I mean, whoever, okay, is looking out for Finesse. I need y'all to chill out. Yeah, truth is, because Finesse, right now, Finesse is looking like he needs to go where Fivio is. Yeah, child, truth is, y'all hold on real quick. Child, all the messiness is going on in 2026, baby. All the drama, okay? But just in a more turned up kind of way. Child, I say they just more turned up this year. Oh. It is. It is. And so, like, another example. Tasha K and Jess. I don't know what they got going, you know? I don't know what they got going on, y'all. Truth is, I really don't. I don't. In other words, like, I don't know what started it all, but I will say this. It seemed like it was just a little, you know, just a little something. Child. Until Tasha K told Jess to quit MNF and playing with her, you know. Before she put the internet on to her business, you know. And I'm like, wow, you know, like, man, I didn't even know things was that bad between Jess and Tasha K. I didn't. I knew that, you know, they be having their little back and forth, but I didn't even know it was that bad. But child, when you tell somebody they got one more time to say one more thing, baby. Oh yeah, that's a little, you know, that's more serious than I had originally thought, Miss Pressing Girl. But like, yeah. Child, it's just like all the little beefs have been upgraded, you know? That's what it seems like. Truth is. But I'm here for it. It is what it is. I'm here for it. This definitely seems like this is going to be an extremely entertaining year. Child, truth is. Now, before we officially head on into our podcast, into our episode today, let me give y'all a heads update, okay, on your girl's hair journey, okay? Healthy hair journey. I'm on a healthy hair journey, so shout out to that. Let me tell y'all, child, everything is going well, okay? Everything is going swell this week. I don't know what I'm doing, child. The girl don't know whether she coming or going when it comes to, you know, exactly what I will be doing to my hair this week. I'm really chilling. Yeah. What more can I say? Baby, I'm really chilling. Don't feel like doing it at all. Don't feel like doing nothing. So, shout out to that. Shout out to my little break or whatever you call it. Now, what did I do this weekend? I did trim my ends this weekend, so shout out to that, y'all. Y'all know that was hard. Oh, yes, baby. It's never fun cutting them gangs off. You know, you be feeling like you cutting off your gangs. And that's just not no good feeling. But I did. So shout out to that. I definitely trimmed my ends over the weekend. And, so, honestly, I don't know what's next. It's been a toss up between, you know, just putting a unit on, aka a wig, child, and going about the week. Or, you know, like right now, I just have my hair up in a ponytail, which I'm definitely about to take it down. Got to take it down. If you want healthy hair, you're not gonna be able to wear it in ponytails and scrunchies and stuff like that often. So really, this morning I was slipping because I really meant to put it up with a clip. But yeah, I guess I slipped up this morning, okay, and put it up in the rubber band. So yes, baby, let me take this time while we talking. Yeah, better throw this bonnet back on. Oh yeah. stars. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody back to my channel, okay? Period. Don't forget to be intentional this year, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Lead with intent, you know. I intended, you know, to call you when I got off work, you know. Um, I intended to, you know, be nice or give grace or, you know, do a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody need to hear that. It's 2026. It's 2026, and I don't know about you, but listen, willy-nilly just don't work for me. It just don't. I need more planning. Okay? It's going to take a little bit more structure for me. So shout out to that. Anyway, let me get my handy dandy notes up. Hold on, 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, y'all. I was talking to y'all. Had y'all on mute. I hate when I do that. I ain't going back. It is what it is. Shout out to that. But like, yeah, I don't know who I'm talking to, but just lead with intent. Be intentional. Um, Being intentional to me, in my most honest personal opinion, leads to more of what you want. You know, I tell my children all the time. Sometimes you got to do what you want to do. I mean, sometimes you got to do what you need to do so you can get to what you want to do. You know, it just is what it is. So be intentional about it. I remember I was listening to a clip where Gucci Man said, "Don't take no job if you don't like the job." That stuck with me, you know. And I agree 100%. I know that, you know, life isn't black and white and, you know, you can't always just get what you want. But listen, if you do take a job that's not for you, really, 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 like, meaning, you know, you don't like it like that, you don't really have a lot of, you know, there's no passion there. It's just, you know, it's just work for you. Um, you know, take it. But don't stay long. You know, don't stay long. Intend to find you something that's more uh of purpose or, you know, more satisfying. happiness uh, comes from the inside. But I also believe that it starts with people being intentional, as well too. Um, you know, I intend. Sometimes you just take the thought. I intend to, live my life the way I was called to, versus, what I want to do. Okay. And that goes back to, when I be talking about gifts, our gifts. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day that we will be tapping into though. So shout out to that. We'll be tapping into that soon. It's 2026. We're gonna be tapping into a lot, superstars. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all that this is gonna be a very intentional year. Okay. So shout out to that. Now, let me get my handy dandy notes up right quick. Hold on, y'all. Don't hang up. If you hang up, I'll call y'all right back. All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, January the 20th. And yeah, Happy New Year. Shout out to that. This year still feels real new to me. Truth is, child. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And I know it's a lot going on. It is a lot going on. And I'll take it a step further, just the other day I couldn't believe how much of this year has already gone by. Like I told y'all, I was shocked to see we had pulled up on 20 days already. It's crazy to me. Hold on. Oh, let's see. My bad. I had something important I needed to do. I want to say right here. Child, yes. Day 20 then came around the mountain. That's crazy to me. But here we are. Here we are. So anyway, as you can see, we already talked about hair. Shout out to that, and shout out to all my women who you know, uh do their best. Okay. It just is what it is. Naturally getting done up, it doesn't matter. Shout out to all the women out there, okay? I don't know. I just listen, I don't I just feel like it's harder for us, you know, than it is for guys. And, truth is, now could I be wrong? Yeah, but like, no, you know, like, I mean, sometimes even when it's just my husband and I, it's like he don't. It don't really take him that much to get ready, you know. Child, in comparison, now y'all know I'm team not too much. Y'all know I'm team not too much. Period. It don't take that much for me, you know. But no, I mean literally, like it's hard to explain, child. And I mean, but like literally, we could be inside in our pajamas. You know what I'm saying? And his pajamas is way more presentable. He can jump outside in his pajamas and run to Walmart. You know, I can't do that. I literally have to get up and change. You know, for the most part, child. Truth is. So anyway, let's go. What we talking about next? Tank Davis. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up in here. Like bumper cars, hit the like button, and like, yeah, let's get into everything going on these internet streets. Um, Hold on, I'm gonna put y'all on a brief hold. I'll be right back. When we get back, we'll be talking Tank Davis on our episode 10, okay, of our podcast 2026. Let's go. All right, Pooper Stars, it's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm back. Yeah, just like that, I'm back. Back like I act. Back in the building. So shout out to that. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up. Scoot up. Subscribe. This is episode 10, you guys. Came up on that quick. So shout out to that. Sure did. Sure did. I said we came up on that quick. Child, so anyway, let's continue. So our show, hold on, officially starts right now, everybody. Let's get into it. Child, so just like I said on yesterday's, well, I did a show last night. For everybody who didn't see it, didn't catch it, you guys go check it out. Hit the like button. Let me know what y'all think. Jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about it. I basically talked about how the boxing, the WBC, the boxing folks, child, they allegedly are stripping Tank of his championship title. And like, I don't know. I just listen, when I gave my opinion on it, it came from a place of hold on, maybe I said that wrong. Like basically what I get from it is, like I said, like I tried to like cling on to my common sense, and like, my common sense is telling me that like this is, well, last night I called it strategic. Honestly. I think it's intentional. I do. Now what's going on? Like, we don't know. Truth is, I feel like we don't know. But I definitely think something's going on. Yeah. Like my common sense is telling me. And like if I'm being real, my mind drifts all the way back. Hold on. I know y'all ain't gonna like that, but hold on. Okay, I'm back. My mind drifts all the way back to when Tank got into it with Mayweather. Yeah, truth is, like, I don't know, and I don't even know why, but like that's just the dot that I want to connect. Okay, um, it goes all the way back to that. It goes all the way back to Tank saying that something was going on with Mayweather. Remember that? That's not funny. I'm not laughing at what was going on, but I'm definitely laughing at the fact that he said it, y'all know. For real. He said something was he the one, Tank the one who told us that basically Mayweather was like, that's crazy. Remember when Mayweather couldn't come home? Something was going on with him. Child. Tank basically blowed down on that. So like I'm, like I don't know. It just to me it's been just like crazy kinda ever since. And I'm not gonna say it wasn't crazy before that, but what I'm saying is that's when I started paying attention kinda and like, yeah, if you listen to Tank, he just been like, mm-hmm, um, really like withdrawn, I would say. If I just had to name a word for how Tank has been, he's been withdrawn. Like not, you know, tuned in at all. Really not engaged and that like that's how he was too, kind of when he did the Lamont Roach fight. Um, so yeah. In my hearts of all hearts, I feel like something is going on with him. We've been knowing that though. But to take it a step further, I think something is going on with him and the people in boxing. Okay. Like they are not seeing eye to eye. Like, yeah, I feel like now it's just starting to, yeah, you know, show itself. Cause like I said, if you listen to Tank talk, he been saying a lot of little stuff. You know, like I know he was telling somebody that something about retiring. You know, almost like he's ready or something like that. Um, he been saying a lot of stuff. Not really though, but like the little words that he has been saying when he do say something, it's just like, it's negative. That's what I get from it. It's always on some negative stuff. Now, could he really be doing what they say he doing as far as like, um, you know, um, um, roughhousing people? Um, I don't know. I don't know. But I kind of don't believe it no more, if that makes sense. Like, it's almost like if I'm like, it's okay. So it's like Clarissa Shields, right? Clarissa Shields got a fight coming up in February. Now, let's say she don't want to have it. She could just get in trouble for popping on Papoose, and I don't know, but it seems like they'll call off her fight. Child, that's what I'm getting at. You follow me? You follow me? Like, that's where I'm going with it. For real. That's what it's giving. Like, that's what it's been given as of late. It's like, yeah, and I don't know what that's about. Honestly, if I had to guess, I think, like I said, I'm gonna go back to square one. I think something is going on between Tank and his employers. It's like getting into it with your boss. Or the bosses. Or your boss. Of your company. Not seeing eye to eye with your boss. And it seems like that's what Tank got going on right now. And him getting in trouble seems like some type of loophole. I know. I know it's crazy. I was supposed to say if that makes sense. It don't make a lot of sense, but like, yeah, no, when you sit and think about it, it really kind of do. Because all this other stuff, isn't making too much sense. I just feel like And that might be it too. Maybe Tank has took a break away from boxing, you know, without saying it. Because if I had to guess, I think contractually, he can probably get sued. So I think this is his loophole. Honestly, all of this bad press he been getting, I feel like this is his loophole to get out of what he agreed to contractually, probably, and get a break. It just is what it is from boxing. This is his play, if you ask me. This is Tank play. You know how Crawford, Crawford crazy. Y'all know how Crawford did his play? Crawford was like, man, please. You high? You high, B? Crawford. Oh, Lord. Y'all, God. Wait. Let me see if I can find. Child, let me see if I can find them text messages from Stephon Diggs to that lady, child. Because y'all know I be trying to do what Jesus said. I be trying to get right. And I like it. Period. Point blank. I like it. So if I like it, I'm going to have to get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let me see. Child. That ain't it. Child, so I knew I wasn't gonna find them in that, but that's okay. Let me see. Let me see. It's nothing. Let me see. Let me see. There you go. Okay, 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 okay. He say, "Is you happy?" Okay, so basically, he says, "You happy?" So okay, he didn't say, "Bitch, is you high?" He said, "Is you happy?" Oh Lord have mercy. Yeah. So anyway, child, it took me so long. I didn't forget. But it is what it is. It's gonna come back to me. So shout out to that. Mm. Mm. I said just shout out to that. And shout out to you too. Yeah, you listening. Shout out to you. And shout out to everybody who done scooted up on me today. And that's just what that is. I think I like that. I like that. I like that. So anyway, Is you happy? That's my jam. Oh, that's my jam. But anyway, child. So, Tank. Yeah, it just is what it is. Tank. I don't. Mm-mm. I no longer believe the hype. You know, you know. I think. I think. And could I be wrong? Yes. Am I saying this like I'm actual and factual? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So don't come for me. Don't come for me, Tank. Period, Mr. Davis. Yeah. No. But I do believe, I'm starting to believe that, like, now, come on back here. You know, all of this. You know, I just don't believe the hype, y'all. I don't believe the hype. So don't be surprised if, you know, somebody else get jacked up. Tank, if you want to make it really interesting, start. Never mind. I was gonna say if he want to really add a little razzle dazzle to it, child, go get some of the media. Yeah, shout out to them. Child, like, never mind. I ain't gonna name no names. I said I just ain't gonna name no names. Yeah, but like, yeah, y'all, just so y'all know, okay, I don't believe the hype at all. I feel like this is what's going on. You know, I feel like this is what's going on, honestly. I think it's a mental break. I do. You know, truth is. I think it's some type of mental break going on. Um, you know, with Tank and with boxing and all of that, all of that. And you know, it just is what it is. People go through things, honestly. They do. People go through things. And like, wow, that's why I was telling y'all Crawford. Yeah, Crawford asked them people what they own, child. What they own for real. Cause Crawford, remember? He didn't retire. Okay, that was his play. They keep it up. Tank might be next, you know. I don't know, Tank. That might be a little easier, you know, versus jacking people up every 90 to 180 days, you know. Mm, mm. Child, truth is, like, that's age is still, but yes, y'all, this, what I think, okay, period, as far as Tank goes, it just is what it is. I said it just is what it is. Honestly, I don't think Tank is putting his hands on people like that no more. I don't. Like, I do think that he had issues with that in the past. You know, now could he still be dealing with them? Absolutely, you know. But again, you know, it's like the timing for me. You know, but who knows? What if what I'm saying is wrong and, you know, he just actually getting in trouble? That could be true, but I don't, it's just out of thin air, really? Like, it is what it is. I'm not really buying it. Like I said, I think it's just a loophole, you know. Uh, but yeah, as a Javante Davis, you know, fan, shout out to him though. And I do hope he, you know, pulls through whatever it is he needs to pull through. Okay, because I just honestly don't believe, um, you know, he around here just doing it like it's being reported. You know. But you know, hey, who knows, child? Who knows? Cause child, look, like I said, is it possible? Yes, it could be. You never know. Maybe he don't know how to deal with conflict for real. You know, outside of boxing, that's possible. Could be very well possible. But like I said, his age, he better be careful before he wound up like Tyson. It's what it is, but you know, hey, I ain't got nothing to say about all of that, all of that, all of that. You know, it is what it is. You know, cause truth is, they do be saying little stuff. You know, like I didn't heard little stuff through the grapevine. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you don't know nothing to be actual and factual, then you know it is what it is. You know. Let me see how. Let me see something. You mean to tell me you just getting in trouble for just jacking people up over and over? Ah, oh, okay, let me see. Mike Tyson served 3 years out of 6. I didn't know that's what Tyson went to jail for. Hold on, Tyson went to jail for that? I didn't know that. My bad. I'm just saying though, you know, what Mayweather. Don't use Tyson as an example. Use Mayweather then, because Mayweather show went to jail too, right? Mayweather went to jail for a little while. Child, it just is what it is. Long story short, these people don't want to play with you. You know, it is what it is. So get your shit together. Like I don't know who need to hear this. I don't know. Gervonta, Hervonta, Dante, you know, whoever. But get it together, you know. Truth is, it's just that plain and simple. Um, mm, mm. But anyway, y'all, let's continue. So, hey, hey, happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. January. Lord. $2026. What a blessing. What a blessing, y'all. Let's get it. I'm still here. Y'all know I like to leave y'all hanging. Yeah. Now listen to this though. So I remember I used to say on Mondays I'd be like, never mad on a Monday. What I'm mad about? I love that. Truth is, that's how I like to live. Like, what am I mad about? I don't like being upset. I do not. I don't miss pressing girl. This ain't my thing like that, you know? Um, mm, I don't like that. Mm. So shout out to that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And you know, being mad, it messes with it could put wrinkles on your face. Yeah, believe it or not. Put wrinkles on your face and like mess with your inside part. Mm. Imagine that. You and your inside looking toe up from the floor up. Cause you can't get it together. You know? You can't sit still and chill. So anyway, I don't know who need to hear, but y'all better start being intentional, okay? And just know. And always evaluate what it looks like, okay? Period. I know I sound an overthinker. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So shout out to that. And it's not like I want everybody to be like me. No, I do not. No, I do not. So shout out to that. But I do, you know, I would like to see everybody put their thinking hats on, though. You know, it is what it is. You know, like some people, gosh, you know, it's like, gosh, don't give things much thought, you know, but it is what it is. We're all, right? That's what makes the world great. Being so different. Yeah, so shout out to that. Shout out to everybody who's listening. Shout out to everybody who listened. Okay. And shout out to everybody who has yet to come. I know that's right. Yes, happy Tuesday, everyone. Let's get it. Child, so look at here. I said somebody come look at this. Child in my Kevin Hart voice. Now listen, y'all, something going on with my head. I ain't claiming nothing bad, but I'm just saying something going on with my head. Anyway, so y'all listen to this. Child. Okay, where do I start? For real. I like some stuff I just don't even know how to come at it because it's like, damn, too much data. I be having too much data in my head. Y'all know that. Yeah. let me just say this. So, word on the curb is Gucci Man got rhymes with bobbed. I told y'all that. Remember? Like my poop stars who's here with me all the time, I'm pretty sure I told y'all that. And I'm pretty sure y'all remember I told y'all that because I just told y'all that. That Gucci Man allegedly was bobbed by someone. And I can recall saying, hold on, y'all. I can recall saying, oh, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I remember I just told y'all that Gucci Man got bobbed, and I was saying that a YouTuber was saying like they know for a fact, like it's actual and factual that it happened, and something about his wedding ring had got taken, and something, a wedding ring and a chain, I believe. And so I remember telling y'all, I was like, wow, like I just remember it just didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me because I kept saying like, how do you get close to Gucci? I mean, wedding ring close to Gucci Man? I was like, nah, like what happened for real? Child. When I tell y'all, listen, on my mama, on my mama, hold on, I take that back, cause I don't. I guess I do stuff like that. I guess I do every now and then. I will say, "Oh my mama," but not for real. I ain't even gotta do all of that. It just is what it is, and I don't. Cause y'all know I cry to y'all before I lie to y'all. It just is what it is. Man, I'm telling y'all, when that news hit the fan, I was like, I'm telling y'all right now. Pooh Shiesty came up in my mind. Yeah, truth is, he did. I was like, wait a minute. You know, I was thinking, dang, well, this might got Pooh written all over this, though. You know, but I never said nothing. Okay? I never said a word. Although it did pop up in my mind, I was like, hmm, you know, because hold on, my common sense, right? Pooh got out. Pooh is out. Ain't nothing happened to Gucci the whole time Pooh been gone. You follow me? Child, so anyway though, I didn't say nothing. Like I said, just tight lipped, you know, because who does that? Like I'm not finna just, you know, but I dang sure was like, cause like I said, I couldn't understand how do you get close to Gucci Man like that. I'm still trying to, I was still stuck on that part. So for whatever reason, Pooh popped up in my head. But not on some Pooh did it, just like Pooh Shiesty, you know, like he out and Pooh popped up in my head for whatever reason, okay? But not like he did it though, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, child, okay, boom. So then after that, Listen, this is the thing. I don't know if it was after that or before that, but honestly, I think it was before this. Before any of this even happened, I saw a video where some man that I do not know, y'all, was saying that Yo Gotti signed Pooh. And I was like, what? You know, but like I said, like I didn't know this person, had never seen this person before. Like it was just a random person to me saying this. So like I didn't, but I noted it and I was like, you know, it is what it is. And then I think the Barbary stuff happened, okay, and then you know, Tasha K. Oh, I almost forgot what I was saying. And then here comes Tasha K saying that. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Child, and so then here comes Tasha K, right, claiming that Pooh Shiesty, uh, Pooh Shiesty is the person that did whatever to, well, hold on. According to, this is crazy. This is crazy. Um, Listen, please don't come for me and don't quote me if I'm wrong, but cause I don't have it pulled up. But I'm almost positive, according to Tasha, um, Pooh might have strong armed his way out of the contract, okay, with Gucci. So but see, the thing about Tasha is that's crazy. Where the heck did that come from? That is so crazy to me. Okay, but anyway, y'all listen. See, okay, but see the thing about Tasha is Tasha saying wasn't no bobbery involved. Okay, y'all? No bobbery, I think. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up for y'all. I know. I tell you a lot of time. Yeah, child, truth is. Yeah, let the ones that's getting that coin do all of that, child. But like, I'm gonna see, cause y'all know I just don't like. Y'all know I will sum something up in a minute, period. But I gotta be able to know what I'm summarizing, and I do not remember what she said. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Okay, she said that. Oh yes, come through. Oh, come through, baby. Google is doing its thing. Okay. When I tell y'all, Google found what Tasha K said for me. Listen, oh yes, Google clocking. She said. So shout out to that. This is what Google said. It says the allegations. Okay, Tasha K claimed that rapper Pooh Shiesty held Gucci Mane at gunpoint, okay, to force him to sign a contract release freeing Pooh Shiesty from his record deal with Gucci's 1017 Records. Okay? Okay, y'all heard that? Okay, I'm gonna read it again. Period. It says the allegations, okay, are Tasha K claimed that rapper Pooh Shiesty held Gucci Mane at gunpoint, okay, to force him to sign a contract release, freeing Pooh Shiesty from his record deal with Gucci, 1017 Records. Okay, period. So, y'all, I just feel like, you know, like honestly, in my hearts of our hearts, I don't know how true that is, but I just kind of feel like Tasha got the drop. Does that make sense? Like I feel like Tasha got the drop on this, and the other YouTuber could possibly be on to something, but like, you know, like maybe they took something too in the process. Maybe somebody else took something, not Pooh. You know, okay. Child, truth is, I don't know. Yeah, y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea, but like I be in and out. One, and then two, some of these people, child, please. Some of these people will never, could never, okay? Um, Let me see. Child. I don't know, but you know, like, absolutely not. You know, some people, I don't care who got the story. I ain't going over there. Truth is, like Fantasia said, so, you know, it just is what it is. But I definitely believe some of it. Try to believe some of it. Cause like I was trying to tell y'all, how in the heck all of a sudden he ain't, you know, all of a sudden people is saying that he is signed to Yo Gotti. I'm like, oh my God. That's why I tell y'all. Tell y'all. Uh, um, 2026 has been like it's been even more turned up. You know, it just is what it is. To me, it's even more turned up than last year. Baby, this is a continuation, okay? 5.0, like the Mustang. But anyway, yes, y'all. Word on the curve. Precisely something going on allegedly with him and Gucci Man. Like I'm just gonna say it, like y'all been on his little first day out song. Do he mention 1017? Is he still repping 1017? Um, yeah. I mean that's gonna tell us everything we need to know right there. Do he mention 1017 at all? You know? But I will say this. Uh y'all, cause y'all know I just got to say it. Yeah. And y'all truth is. Honestly, I think that was I honestly like first of all, do Kodak even know? Do Kodak know what's going on? Cause y'all know Kodak said Gucci, that's like my dad. I think that's my dad for real. So I'm just saying he might have a problem. Mm, they might have some issues when you find out. Um, but nah, for real, all jokes aside, Pooh Shiesty, that's quite that's that. Listen, let me just say this. Gucci Man, I don't know much about Gucci Man or how he run his business, right? But I will say this. Gucci Man is like allegedly besties with P, okay? And like people have said ill, like people have spoke ill of P before, you know? And of course it's all alleged over here because I don't know him like that, but I will just say like, um, I think I've told y'all before, like I don't get into conspiracies and stuff like that, but I just like I just in my hearts of all hearts, I don't believe everything that was told. First of all, it wasn't a lot told. Let's start there. You know, but that's usually how it goes, you know, so yeah, that's that. I know it's usually how it goes when somebody passes away, but I just don't believe a lot of what they say with that happened to take off. Does that make sense? Like, and my pooper stars who been here with me, like the ones who been with here with me, really been here with me, they know how I feel about the whole takeoff situation. And like, I don't know. I just don't believe it happened the way they said it happened, you know? And I'm gonna leave it at that. But with that being said, um, you know, there's a lot that they say about Gucci Man and his record label and his artists and stuff like that too, you know? So, and I'm not saying that any of that is true, any of the allegations that we've all heard about Gucci Man record label, but I will say, shoot, who can blame Pooh Shiesty for wanting out? You know? Gucci Man's record label seems to be kind of non-existent. Um, it's crazy. And let me just say for everybody who don't know, you know, it has came about right? Now again, this is allegedly. I can't stress that enough because I don't know this to be true, y'all. I don't. But I will just say, I just have to say that like there was a rumor floating around, okay, that like people just felt like uh signing with Gucci Man ain't a good thing because a lot of his artists pass away. Okay, not all, but a lot. They be passing away. Um, with that being said, I don't see how anyone can blame Pooh Shiesty for, you know, wanting out of his contract. You know, it just is what it is. Now, child, how they saying he went about it is crazy. One. And then two, I'll take it a step further. I also think it's crazy how he allegedly did something hot. Okay? We don't know what, you know, but according to Tasha K, he allegedly did something hot to get out of his contract. So like, what's the odds of the Shade Room posting that you went back to jail? And then listen to this. He gets mad because they reported he went back to jail. And something about they just saying he in a halfway house. Like, I think. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So in other words, Pooh, cause I don't know a lot about jail. Period. So shout out to that. I sure don't. But I will say this. I think, was Pooh out already? Like, how did it go? Was he out already? Somebody help me out. I'm just saying, cause like sometimes. So this is the thing. I don't know if he was out already, or he might have got into a little bit of trouble and got sent to a halfway house, cause that happens sometimes. And then two, I don't know if he was out already in a halfway house, and then he might have got into some trouble, or may didn't get into some trouble, but halfway house got switched. I don't know. But like somebody reported that Pooh was in the halfway house in Texas. And he basically, you know, I guess he agreed with that, you know what I'm saying, calling the blog stupid. Um, but I don't know. But I will say this, I don't think it was the blog a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like it might have been a mistake. But let me find out. Somebody was trying to let everybody know on the cool, you know what I'm saying? That Pooh been out here doing stuff. Shoot, it just is what it is. Child, it just is what it is. That's crazy. Yeah. I said, man, y'all okay. Baby, they just let Pooh do whatever, don't they? Like I didn't realize that they let Pooh do any and everything. I didn't realize they let Pooh Shicey do what he wanna do, how he wanna do, when he wanna do it. Until shout out to Corey. Until Corey got into it with Big Boogie and he was telling Big Boogie, boy, the way you didn't want none with Pooh Shiesty, hush. You know, that's how he was handling Big Boogie. But like, yeah, so, you know, like I knew that, you know, Pooh was a bad actor. Trust me, I seen the video. Remember the video where Pooh wanted out the club? Right before he got locked up. Child, I saw the video, okay? Who is definitely a bad actor, but like, nah, man, I didn't know he be, like it's a difference between, child. They act like Poop be shaking the table, but and I guess, you know, I'm being real. I guess he be doing something. Shoot, something, okay? Cause baby. But anyway, hey Poop Stars, this your girl Shay Renee. I want to welcome everybody back to my channel, back to a new show, back to a new Tuesday, and yeah, back to our new episode number 10. I'm in right now. And yeah. So shout out to that. We coming around the mountain with this thing. Yeah, and if you just not getting here, welcome. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We talking about Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Man. Allegedly, Pooh has signed with Yo Gotti. That's crazy to me. I'm like, well, I'm happy, what I'm saying? Like I said. Well, outside of all the drama, I'm happy for Pooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, truth is, I'm happy for him, especially especially um you know because I just feel like he might get more out of being with Yo Gotti. What I'm saying? Not now, no diss to Gucci Man or none of that, none of that, none of that. It's just simply, y'all know how I feel about Yo Gotti. I feel like Yo Gotti is a good CEO. You know. Now Yo Gotti is about the only rapper that I would recommend somebody sign with. Truth is, um, yeah, it just is what it is. Like I can't vouch for anyone else. I know that Nicki Minaj was allegedly getting her stuff off the ground and stuff like that, but I can't listen. I wouldn't tell nobody to sign with a rapper. Because honestly, it depends on the rapper. How about that? Let me say that. It depends on the rapper. Yo Gotti is the only rapper that I will vouch for. That I say, okay, that's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. Why? Because Yo Gotti take care of his business. It is what it is. He handled his business. I like the way Yo Gotti moves as a boss. Okay. It just is what it is. I sure do. Mhm. Sure do. So shout out to this. Shout out to shout out to that word on the curb that Pooh Shiesty might have made that move, y'all, and left Gucci. Uh Child. It's crazy. One thing about it though, I will say this, based off of Pooh's reputation, no, Miss President Girl. Nobody should have sat around and thought, that he was just gonna stay somewhere where he didn't want to be, though. You know, I will say that. Child, now I will say that, okay? Truth is. But you know, normally in business, you ain't finna just do what you want to do, how you want to do it either, though. So, child. Mm, 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 mm. And before I get out of here on that topic, yeah, because this man was saying, like I told y'all, a man said that, what's it called, it lost Pooh Shiesty. He was basically saying, so how that feel? He talking about Keisha, messing with Keisha, and now he done took your artist. I said, oh, you know, it don't make a lot of sense. It don't. It's giving like what they saying, the rumors is kind of true a little bit. But you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take a quick, brief pause real quick. And I am gonna talk about that a little more. Y'all hold on. All right, y'all, I'm back. But hey, it's your girl Sherry, and if you just now tuning in, I'm talking about Gucci Man and Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty allegedly getting out of his deal with Gucci Man. But I will say this, listen, if it's true that he got out of his deal with Gucci, you know what I'm saying, aggressively, right? Then I will say, yeah, y'all just let Pooh just do what he want to do, how he want to do, when he want to do it, for real. Mm, mm. Truth is. But I also want to say, like, what I was trying to say about Gucci, but it was hard to, like, put the words into play for real. But I just feel like, one, how do you let that happen? You know, like, how would you in the world would you let that happen? You know, unless you possibly have improper business practices in the first place, so you feel like, you know, or one, you've done people dirty. So it's almost like to look at it like that, you know. Um, Almost like I get what I give, you know, type of thing. Um, Child, I don't know. For real. Oh, child, truth is, but I will say, as far as going back to the original YouTuber and Tasha K, I do feel like the streets, like, they let that out. Some kind of way, they let that cat out the bag, whatever ended up happening between Gucci Man and Pooh Shiesty. It was not what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it didn't stay private. Mm-mm. Truth is, it didn't stay private. It's getting out, okay? It's getting out and it's leaking. And of course, we hearing different stories, but I feel like they trying to, you know, throw us off a little bit. But I saw Glorilla allegedly got something coming out with Pooh Shiesty, and I'm like, wow. That's just crazy to me. I'm like, well, Pooh need to go help Finesse. Yeah, truth is, cause child, that contract, Pooh need to go help Finesse. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Shoot, baby, somebody need to be taking notes, okay? Somebody need to be taking notes. Um, mm, mm, child, truth is. So anyway, Pooper stars, hold on, though. What now? What now? What now? What now? Anyway, let's continue though. So Tracy. Okay, Tracy Edmonds. Okay, so shout out to her. Tracy Edmonds. Okay. So child, listen, let me tell y'all about this. Yeah, somebody come look at this. So remember I was telling y'all that Karuchi, okay, used to allegedly work for well, Karuchi did. She did some type of work, okay, that had an involvement with Deion Sanders' ex, okay? Yes, truth is, Miss Preston Girl, she did that. You know, I didn't like that. That wasn't no good look for Karuchi. But, you know, listen, I'm not going to try to defend that. I don't have, it's no defense for that, for real, you know? Because on one hand, I'm like, well, maybe they wasn't friends. I'm thinking they weren't friends. And you know how it goes when you're not friends with somebody. My bad, y'all. But you know, listen, listen, I can't even talk because this is such a touchy topic for me. To me, it's such a sensitive topic, okay? Because it's like this here. Um, like you don't have to be my friend, but sometimes you can just be in too close of a proximity for me. Does that make sense? So, like for instance, let me just say, let me give you a prime example. Hold on. Let me think. First, I gotta come with a scenario, y'all. Hold on. Shoot. So, okay, here it is. Here's a good example, right? Here's a good example right here. Cause again, you know, it's all different to different people. So hear me out. But like for instance, here's an example. Let's say a woman, right, is working at a place. And, you know, one day, her boss's ex asked for her number. You got some women who will talk to him because they feel like, well, she's just my boss, but she's not my friend, you know, or she's not my family or nothing like that. Like, she's just my boss, though, you know. And then you have some women who will feel like, no, you know, it's just too close for comfort, you know, for that. Um, okay, and then here's another example. Let's say, hold on. Okay, I'm coming. Y'all know I like to leave y'all hanging a little bit. Yeah. Shout out to that. Y'all hold on. Here I come. Okay, here's another example. So let's say a lady, right? A aunt. A aunt. Let's say that a aunt and hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. Let me put y'all on a brief pause. How about that? I'll put y'all on a brief hold so I don't gotta keep coming back and putting y'all on hold. Wow. I finally got my tree put up yesterday. Y'all there? Yeah, I got y'all there. So shout out to that. What was I finna tell y'all? Um, yeah, got the tree put up. Missed it already. But anyway, okay, so listen to this scenario. Let's say that an aunt and a niece gets into it, right? Because the aunt, right, starts dating the niece's home girl's baby daddy. You know, and the aunt is like, but that's not my friend, that's your friend. And the niece is like, but don't you realize how messy that can be for me, my friendship? You know, us, our family, like it's weird. Like, why would you cause that type of drama? Who do y'all think is in the right? Is you know, like in that scenario, or is no one in the right? There is no right, there is no wrong. I don't know. But I will say this. Uh with situations like this, they come about all the time. Um and yeah, I just feel like this is one of those things. It's just another one of those things. Hold on, y'all. Hold on one second. Okay, so listen, y'all. Word on the curb is, hold on. Damn. Okay, so just like I was telling y'all, so the fact that Karuchi used to work with Deion Sanders' ex girlfriend of like a decade, I think. I think they were together like at least 10 years. I could be wrong, don't quote me though, but they were together for a long time. They were together for a long time, y'all. Um, it made me wonder if he met Karuchi that way. You know, like if he met Karuchi through his ex or something. You know, that would be extremely weird. Yeah, truth is that would be extremely weird, and in my opinion, distasteful. You know, honestly, I think it's kind of distasteful. Um, on Karuchi's part, anyway. You know, if I'm being honest, it really just boils down to how close the relationship was. Um, you know, because a working relationship is still just a working relationship, you know. I never met a lot of my I never met really, I don't know any coworkers, right? That I felt like I owed something to, if I'm being real. But I don't know. It's just something about it. Does that make sense? It's just something about it that doesn't really sit well. But it is what it is. I will say this. If it was nothing nasty, right? Like, I don't know. Like, if it was nothing nasty. Because, see, this is the thing. Like, if you go on Tracy's page, she has a picture with Karuchi. So I know the picture doesn't mean much, but I don't know. I guess I'm having a hard time understanding it, much less justifying it. Does it make sense? Does that make sense? Like, for instance, I'm thinking If I was Karuchi, I probably would have missed out on that. I was gonna call it a blessing, but I don't know if that's necessarily a blessing if it has to come in that way. Um, Now again, like different scenarios. So let's say, um, now we'll say this. Let's say that Karuchi worked with this later lady, and then later on down the line, right? She ran into her ex. Totally different story, totally different ball game. Like if Dion was never around, never in the picture when they worked together, then you get where I'm going. Um, that's the only, not the only, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just will say this. You know, Dion represents himself like a man of God. Okay. With that being said, if God is in it, then we'll see. You know what I'm saying? And if he ain't for it, then we'll see that too. That's how I feel about it. You know, truth is, that's how I feel about it. But yeah, I don't really know how to feel about that. But yeah, I just had to tell y'all that before I tell y'all this. So now it's being alleged, okay, that Tracy Edmonds, Babyface's ex, Deion Sanders' ex, is allegedly messing with Jeezy. Now I will say this. I can believe it. And truth is, I could believe it. One, Tracy is a very beautiful woman. It just is what it is. She's a very beautiful woman. You know, men have been attracted to very beautiful women for years. Okay, let's start there. Secondly, you know, I feel like she is Jeezy's lane, Jeezy's speed, so to speak. Um, and then, I think I was on her page being nosy recently. Mm-hmm. And I think she made a post where it was her birthday, and she was saying like, you know, I'm in very good hands, you know, or something like that. And I remember that specifically. I was like, oh, care who you meet. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was thinking. I was like, go ahead, Miss Pressure Curl, because like, her and Dion have not been her and Dion have not been broke up that long, y'all. Too. That's another thing that was crazy to me once I went down the rabbit hole of the story. You know, her and Dion have not been broken up that long. So since she hasn't been with Dion, it seems like she been chilling. You know, like what more can I say? You know, boom, boom. You know, it seems like she been chilling and healing. You know, and doing the work. You know, it is what it is. Like a one. You know, which you know a lot of women would do, right? In a situation that she was in. You know, shoot, in a situation where she, you know, trying to move on or whatnot, whatnot. And this is what it is. I gotta move on, period, like Diddy said. And so, oh, Bryson Tiller. But yeah, word on curve is that she's allegedly dating Jeezy. And like, yeah, I'm here for it. That's cute. That's a good look. I feel like it's a good look for both of them. The only thing that worries me, though, the only thing that worries me is, you know, I'm not gonna let that worry me. Mm-hmm. Shout out to that. Child, I'm just gonna sit back and let them have fun, you know? I'm just gonna sit back and let them have fun. I'm not gonna even say what I was gonna say. Yeah, I just, you know, with some men, you worry about how serious they are, you know, or whatnot, whatnot. Especially, child, you especially don't want nobody to mouth. Well, I just got out of a relationship. Child, them just got out of a relationship, people. Ooh, no. They, you know, they don't be ready for a relationship. You know, truth is, but she kind of just got out of a relationship too. So, you know, it like I said, they both nice looking people. We'll see where this goes. Yeah, and hopefully, you know, um, it's fun for them both, child. But yes, y'all, word on the curb is Jeezy is allegedly talking to Deion Sanders' ex, okay, Tracy, right now. Word on the curb. And it's alleged. Y'all know it's all alleged. So shout out to that. Okay, and then so I was scrolling and rolling on Instagram last night, minding my business. Y'all know that's what I do. Period. If it ain't got nothing going on with no, you know, celebrity gossip, I'm pretty much just, you know, I ain't heard nothing. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't heard. I just ain't got, listen. So anyway, I only pay attention to the things that interest me, right? So it is what it is. Child, why I see that the internet is coming for my rap girl, Bia. Mm-hmm. Right now, y'all, word on the curve is the internet, and I seen it with my own two eyes. Mm-hmm. I did. I seen it with my own two eyes. Where the internet is upset with Bia, okay, because she's dating a young NBA player. Now, I didn't get his name because I was just like, you know, I was just like, you know, I just need you to slang a little bit more chalk, Mr. Preston Curl, because I didn't know who he was. It just is what it is. But we know who Bia is, okay, period. Our rap girl, Bia. Yeah, so shout out to that. Try Bia. The internet is coming down hard on Bia because, you know, she is allegedly dating a 21-year-old, okay? And they saying that Bia is 34. They not feeling that. They not feeling that. Now, let me just say this. Um, these younger folks, be wanting these older folks. You know, like, y'all just gotta know that. You know? Truth is. Um, I'm not saying it's right. But these are two adults. You know? And, like I was saying, I'm sure this young man probably sought Bia out versus the other way around. He probably been talking to her in his DM, in her DMs, talking to himself in her DMs for a while, child. You know, I'm just saying. Now I will say this. I wonder how old I wonder how old DDG is. Because Bill just seemingly likes to hang with a younger crowd. Truth is, she do. Um, she be with DDG, and she be with Diddy kids. Now, I wonder if Bill really 34, the internet just putting a little bit of in it. Because I ain't think she was that old. That's kind of up there for a rap girl. So that leads me to believe that capping a little bit. I do not believe Bill's 34. Y'all know I'm about to Google it. Somebody Google it. Drop it in my comments. Don't worry, y'all. For everybody that's listening, do not worry. It will not be long. Watch. Soon. Soon. Okay? The comments gonna be jumping. So shout out to that. They gonna be putting it in the comments. Hey y'all. Just like I asked. So shout out to that. Now hold on. Let me see how old Miss B.O.B. is. But they on her head right now for talking to this youngster. So she probably is old. Man, Miss Pressure Curl really is 35. That's wild. I did not know that. Shout out to Bill. That means Bill came out in her 30s then. Wow, that's good. Shout out to that. Yeah. Bill came out in her 30s and she's hanging. She going toe to toe with these young girls. Yeah, you know, the Ice Spices. And the Lottos or whatnot. So anyway, shout out to her. She, Bill been at it for a while too. That's my girl. I like Bill. I've been on to Bill since that show with her and them other girls, Diamond and all of them. So anyway, Tracy Edmonds is allegedly dating Jeezy. Two nice looking people. That should be a nice looking time. Yeah, so shout out to that. Now anyway, big who is this? Who? Oh yeah, that's oh, excuse me, that's Bill. Bill got a new boo allegedly. I don't 21 and 34. I don't really have a lot of words for it. All I could say is if it was my child, right? I would just wonder why they would want to date, so drastically older, you know? Other than that, yeah, I just have a talk with my 21-year-old child. Yeah, it just is what it is. But anyway, so Scotty and Lemmy, um, Scotty tells Lemmy, child, listen, I'm with Scotty. I'm with Scotty. It is what it is. Scotty recently was upset. Like, clearly, she was recently upset with Lemmy, okay, over something. Something, like Keith Sweat has said. And, like, let me just put it out there. People was saying that allegedly Lemmy took another girl, is he in Milan? I think he in Milan right now. Child, but don't quote me, okay? Places that I ain't been yet. But I think that's where he at. This is my thing. Scotty has a right to be upset, okay? Because listen. People. Now, first of all, I saw the girl who allegedly is on the trip, and I did see her video where she was denying being with Lemmy. Y'all know I don't watch Zeus, but I'm hearing through the grapevine that Scotty did the same thing when she first started dating Lemmy, allegedly. And I don't know. Y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea, but I am not subscribed to Zeus, okay? It just is what it is. So, I gotta take y'all word for it, okay? But let me just say this. Scotty is no fool, okay? She's not. She's no fool, I think her vibe was like, you not taking me tells me everything I need to know, Truth is, it just is what it is. Yeah. So shout out to Scotty though, who is baking her baby, okay? But yeah, Scotty came to the end and let it be known, child, he ain't fooling nobody, So anyway, shout out to that. Shout out to what else is going on these internet streets? Deandra tried. So I was today years old when I found out that Deandra Sanders, Dion's daughter. Child, she used to go with Boosty. Oh, bye, 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 wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Child, like Anthony Hamilton said. I said, okay. I said, well, dang, because people be on her head about Jacquees. Me not so much. I listen. Baby, it's already done. I'm the type of person like, what? Take the word and leave the word. I'm sorry. Like the internet was on her head about messing with Jacquees, but it's like, hello, when we got on to her, this lady was already arguing with another woman about this man, okay? And baby, she was in too deep, okay? Yeah, truth is, it wasn't, wasn't no pulling her out of that. I said it just wasn't gonna be no pulling her out of that. Child, so. But after hearing that, and see, this is the thing. I think I didn't heard that before, but like I think it's old now, if that makes sense. Like, you know how you hear something that you didn't heard before, but it gets so old that it's new to you. It feels new to you all over again. I think that's what that is, child. But yeah, I'm like, oh, child, she been talking to gremlins for a while then. Truth is, I'm just saying. But I was chilling, and a video of hers popped up, and it said something about her popping up on her ex Boosie. Oh, see, yeah. I'm looking at something that it says Boosie was on the Ricky Smiley show, and it said this was in 2015. It said they're no longer together, but we wanted to know what ended the relationship only a few months after his release. See, like, yeah, now I remember that. Now it seems like it's coming back to me. Yes, I do remember Boosie allegedly dating her. Right. But it didn't go nowhere like that. Like I remember, hearing about it, but never know nothing else. Nothing. Nothing else at all. So, I don't know if he took interest in her when he was in jail. And it was just like a jailhouse love. Or what, child? But who knew? That the Sanders, right, was connected to Boosie like that. But it's crazy because it's almost like something about the lakes and the fishing. I could have sworn, like, yeah, I don't know. Child, but yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness, Deandra. It's crazy. But y'all know what? They be on they be on Deandra head. They do about who she be dating. But I will say this though, uh, it was probably weird for her. Like she probably couldn't date. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But I imagine guys are probably intimidated by her. Her dad and all of that to approach her and all of that, child. Yeah, Boosie was probably just doing something. Truth is, child. And her too. And, um, and then what else is going on these internet streets? Let me see. Child, let me see before I get up. Oh, and get myself up out of here for the day, Poople Stars. It's your girl Shay Renee. I did have a funky good time with y'all though. I always do. So shout out to that. Hold on. I'm be here about 10 more minutes. Like like Blueface said, nah, I'm just playing. I'm gonna be here actually a little longer than that, okay? Period. If you still rocking. Child, so one of the Simmons girls lives with her daddy in Bali. I said, ooh, you didn't have to flex on us like that, child. Thank you. Thank you for flexing. Let me tell you something. If my life was the way I wanted it right now, I'm talking about no waiting, no preparing, just literally wake up and it's already how you want. I wanted it. I would definitely have um, you know, a home in Bali. I would. I would have a home in Bali. That's right. For summer times, uh, number times, it just is what it is. All different times. Child, but I should have showed y'all some pictures. Yeah, cause she basically flexed on us, baby. She said she said she is in a you know, she loves it. She loves it, and she don't plan on coming back soon. No time soon. Child, she said she out there walking around barefoot or whatnot, whatnot. Um, mm. Yeah, so shout out to that though. And shout out to her and her dad. You know, child, I bet you he had been begging and crying and begging, trying to get somebody to come out there. You know, it just is what it is. Cause y'all, truth is, a lot of people say like they wish they could get away, but people do not be trying to get away. I noticed that, like people don't. They do not be trying to get, you know, leave for real. They just complain and whatever, you know. Hey, people stars, it's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm still here. Period. I'm still here, baby. I'm just surfing the web, trying to see what's going on these internet streets. Child, so did y'all see how Ari's paid the internet dust last night? Or the was that last night or the night before? Whenever it was funny. Yeah. And I was here for it. Child, she had thousands and thousands and thousands on the thousands of people on the chat watching her do nothing. They said it was a big old um they said that was her way of, you know what I'm saying, paying Jada back in dust. I said, shout out to Ari. I like Ari. And shout out to Jada Waiter. I like them both, okay? And yeah, truth is, um, you know, and honestly, I wonder if Jada, I don't know. You know, I just, you know, honestly, I would love to hear what Jada you know, like what she would say. Like if she could tell us 5 things that she learned from her relationship with Lil Baby, um, what would they be? That would be interesting. I would love to hear what those 5 things were. Um, you know, because I was sitting here thinking, um, she probably 9 times out of 10 would have changed up being so public with the public about her relationship. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she should have been way more private and kept way more things to herself. Okay? But I will just say this. It was Lil Baby, y'all. For real. She was with Lil Baby, right? And with Lil Baby, I feel like you was damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing. Um, Not to mention, right? She was with her baby daddy at the height of his career. He didn't know what he was doing. He was just out here giving it out. You know? It being that and money. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So who knows? You know, maybe she was damned if she knew, damned if she don't. Because again, like it was like she was just dating that type of person. Does that make sense? She was just with that type of guy, the type of guy that you know, had the means, okay, to sleep with many and plenty of women. And then not only did he have the means, he wanted to, you know, because that's that too, you know, like, you know, Ben can come outside all day, you know, but it's up to him to go, you know, be going and take the bait. So yeah, she was kind of damned if she do, damned if she don't. But it don't matter. I would still love to just hear what she feels like she learned, you know, from her last relationship, and what she would do differently moving forward. Because I definitely feel like there will be a different Jada, period, moving forward. Just hands down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Off the rip, you know, I definitely feel like there's gonna be a different Jada Waiter moving forward. For the better too. Yeah, so shout out to that. That's what I love about life, you know. It's levels to it. Yeah, oh yeah, it is. It's levels to it. It's like, you know, like I was just saying, I'm sure she learned some things, and I'm sure she's gonna uh change some things, you know, and that's what I love about life, you know. Uh Getting to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like getting to know yourself better, and then getting to treat yourself better. Child, look, what a time. Child, somebody talking about Kenya about to have a sale. Just so y'all know, Google stars allegedly. I think they being funny though. But like, why y'all being funny? Oh God, okay. Let me see. Let me see if the person being funny. It says Kenya Moore is selling used clothing and weave on her B day. Don't that sound messy? Oh, that's really good. That's really good, Poopa Stars. Let me find out. We needed to hear this. They said, Team Twirl, this might be your last time to support your queen. It says she got more than half off of her units and some of her old clothes. Tomorrow morning, she has a hearing scheduled where the judge has to decide how much back rent she must pay and when she'll be allegedly put out of the salon, the spa. Oh, yikes. Uh, Okay, so she got half off of services. Okay, she got half off of her units, y'all. And ooh, like they said, she is. So shout out to Kenya. Yes, Whoop Stars, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it right here, okay? Shout out to that water on the curb is wow. Uh oh, somebody said sad to see, but I'ma mind my broke business. Girl, don't claim that. Just mind your business. Don't claim it's broke though. Miss Person girl. Prayers for your bank account. Yeah. And mine too. Shout out to that. I thought she was being evicted from where she had her salon. Where is she hosting the event? Allegedly. Aw, I do too. Somebody said, I hate to see this for real. I do too. I will say this though. People automatically assume that you're broke, right? When you start selling your stuff, and that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes you just don't want to give it away, and you see your stuff as an extra coin. Shoot, it just is what it is. Like what's so wrong with that? Yeah, I think it's really, really unfortunate that once you start selling things, right, that you own, right, that you own, they're yours, you paid for them, all of a sudden, it's like you look, it's something to look down on. It's crazy to me. Child, listen, I'm gonna keep selling stuff that I feel like I'm not giving away. Truth is, and I'll take it a step further too. Half the time people be sitting around acting like they waiting, okay, for you to give it for free anyway. But I tell y'all one thing. I tell y'all one thing. Everyone be careful, okay? Because I definitely wouldn't mind seeing what Miss Presser Curl got over there for me, right? Yeah, on January the 24th, which is allegedly her birthday. Happy early birthday. Can you? But the thing is, I don't have time for the games, okay, that people play. Yes, is there anybody in this world that ain't worth a bunch of fucking games? No, for real though. Seriously, y'all. Oh, excuse me. I didn't even. That just came out of nowhere. What was I telling y'all? No, like for instance, listen. I don't know how to explain it, but let me just say it like this, okay? Sometimes when people really need money, things don't go right. Let me just say that. Because at first I was going to say they scam. Yeah, truth is. And that is the reality. Okay, that is the reality. You want the truth? Listen, that's the reality for your ass right there. Truth is. Okay. Because I cannot never forget. I will never forget, child. A long time ago, I was listening to this man tell his story online, y'all. And this was his story, right? So he said that, he was selling wigs online, doing well. Then all of a sudden, he got an influx, a huge influx. I think that's the word I want to use of orders, okay? And so he said, basically, long story short, y'all, like his he just kept taking the money. Yeah. You know, he didn't know how to turn down the money. And I mean, think about that. You know, for real, think about that for a second. Can you imagine having 30 of something for sale and it fly off the shelf and then you have another 30 orders and the money for it already too, but no product? You know, and he said that's how it went. And it just began to get out of control to where he had more orders and more money than he did product. You know, and it got really, really bad. And so, you know, people was complaining and reporting him to the state and all of that. But I appreciate him for breaking it down, you know, because I see how easy that could happen to somebody. So I said all that to say sometimes, you know, when we're shopping online, we got to be careful, you know, because we could easily be that person. You know, we could easily be that customer, you know, that bought from that you know, so when you hear it's on back order or I'm just saying, you know, um maybe this conversation will pop up in your memory, child. I'm just saying, you know. Truth is, it happens. It happens. So like, y'all make sure, okay? Um, period. No matter what, y'all being careful, you know. But I feel like some stuff, you know, you just gotta pray about and, you know, go ahead and go about your day. But you know, some stuff we can, you know what I'm saying, be doing our homework on. But hey, like for instance, I will say this, for instance, what I was talking about. You know, if I was to end up purchasing something from Kenya, I would one go in with a mind where like, you know, hey, you know, this possibly could not go the way I'm planning it. You know, that's off the rip. You know what I'm saying? And then secondly, um, have a little bit of patience too, because again, this might not go, you know, the way I'm expecting it to go. It just is what it is. But like, in other words, shop. But shop with some discernment, you know? It is what it is. Because like that guy, uh, I don't think that he intentionally set out to be a scammer, guys. Yeah. You know, I just feel like, child, the way he explained it, uh, you know, before he knew it, you know, uh, that's the hands he was dealt, you know? And it's crazy too to hear him explain it, y'all, because for real, like, that's exactly the way he explained it. For real, he really literally explained it like, like being a waiter that just lost control of the dish, you know? For real, he explained like taking thousands and thousands of dollars and never returning it to folks. You know, he explained it so casually. But I do, you know, just listening to him, it made a lot of sense. And I can definitely see how, that type of thing can get out of control. Like, for instance, let me just give you an example. Uh, you know what that reminds me of? Really, no, not necessarily any, I don't want to, put anybody's brand on blast or nothing like that. But it definitely reminds me of some of these smaller brands. It is what it is. Just think about it. The next time you order something and it's taking forever to get to you, that's possibly what happened. It doesn't mean that it's not gonna come, but it might mean that this was a really small brand and excuse me. Truth is, they need your money. Okay, more than you thought they did. And you might not get your item, as fast as you want it to. Like I said, shop with discernment. It just is what it is. Like I said, listening to him explain it just made it make a whole lot more sense. Like, for instance, who I could see having that type of problem? Tay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Truth is. But, like, imagine if Tay needed some money. Like, imagine Tay wake up and he just like, oh my God, I need $70,000 right now, today. Like, I gotta get my hands on $70,000 today. Like, I don't, like, if I gotta have this money between today and tomorrow. Tay is the type of person, when I say Tay, I'm talking about Eric and Tay, the one who does hair. Tay is definitely the kind of person, okay, that can literally throw up a couple of units and say, hey, I got these for sale, and they just, orders just go to flying, yeah. Truth is. Hold on, y'all. And the crazy part about that is, I don't know why people don't do it as much as they used to, but like, that used to be a thing. Like, that used to be a thing, and like, that's how a lot of girls came up. Not just a lot of girls, like a lot of people. A lot of people online who see with a little money. You know what I'm saying? When you think got money and stuff like that. Some of them, like, that was their game. Like, a lot of them made money like that. I don't know why they don't do it. Like, I don't know why they don't do that no more. I don't know. I don't know. That would be a dang good question. Unless they just feel like, I don't know. Because like I said, that was like, almost like yesterday's hustle or something like that. Now it's a new now it's a new hustle too. But also, I think the new hustle now is just to say you got a company, It is what it is, no matter what it is. Hey y'all, I sell let me see. I'm selling mini planners. You know what I'm saying? The game is to just keep the mini planners selling. You know, no matter how many you got, the orders is still being placed. You know, and then you just, hey, you follow up with, hey, you know, your order is still on back order or whatever. You know, people ask for refunds. People don't. They sit around patiently and they wait on their planner. You know, but like, yeah, that's kind of where it went to, I would say. But child, people been getting out on people since the beginning of the time. But yes, who's going? It's your girl Shay Renee, and yeah, I just read that Kenya, okay, Kenya Moore is allegedly selling some of her items, okay, soon. I just read that like just a few minutes ago, so don't quote me. I gotta do my research on it. I might even do a little shopping. Yeah. Sure will. If Miss Preston Curl got a unit for me, I sure will. So shout out to that. But anyway, y'all, child, I saw Unconquered. Stuff is going dead anyway. Yeah. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I appreciate everybody for coming through. I appreciate everybody for listening. This is episode 10. So shout out to that. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all on my next video.